his status is he's working out a little bit. He's shooting, but he's not practiced yet. He probably will practice a little bit today and tomorrow, but his status is as it has been. It just depends how he feels. If he's capable of playing, he will play Sunday. If not, the extra rest. We think he will be back for the tournament, the ACC tournament, for sure. I think there's a real possibility even that he could be back Sunday. He's ready, he'll go. Everybody else is working hard and getting ready to play a really good Florida State team. And obviously they're in a must-win situation for their tournament life. We understand that, but that doesn't affect us. We don't get ready to play just like we do every game. And we're looking forward to the opportunity, the challenge. We're trying to adjust to playing now a couple practice days without Jeremy. It's very difficult, but we will get better once you adjust to that. And we're looking forward to this challenge and having some more practice time next week to get ready for the ACC tournament. Every year at the beginning of the year, we don't really set goals. Obviously, we want to have a good year. We want to have a good year in the league, and we want to have a good conference tournament. And then we, of course, would want to be in the NCAA tournament. All that part has been accomplished. So we just now want to play as well as we can this next game and then next week, and go from there. This team's very confident. They've won a lot of games. They know what it takes to win games, and we will be ready to play Sunday in the ACC tournament. And then beyond that, we're excited about that. And I think Baye and are here. They'll come up here. You can ask them questions of me, whatever you want to do. Fire away. Questions are open.
Coach, what are some of the challenges specifically with Florida State?
Well, they shoot the ball better than people realize, and they've been better than they have in a long time. They're over a 40% three-point shooting team. They got multiple guys that shoot three-point shots. They're a big, strong, physical team inside. They're a very, very good basketball team that's playing their best basketball right now. They had a couple of games where they struggled early in the year, but now they've really, I think, got on track and are playing the best they've played all year.
Coach, tough couple of weeks recently. What do you think the team has to do differently in the ACC tournament?
Going to the tournament now? Well, I don't think there's anything different you have to do in a tournament or Sunday. We have to do what we're doing. We'd obviously like to be a little bit better on offense. That would help us. And you always are trying to get better on the defensive end of the court. Every day you practice, every game you get to. I think we've done a lot of good things in both areas, but I think we can still play better. I think we can still play better at both ends, and that's what we're looking to try to do.
Jim, when you look back on the history of C.J. Fair and Baye Keita, what can you say about what both of them have offered to the program?
Well, they brought as much as you can ask a player to bring on the basketball court and off the basketball court. They have their degrees. They've been tremendous players for us. Baye has been as good a defensive player as we've ever had in the middle of our zone. His numbers don't tell the story. He's won a lot of games for us, including the Maryland game. He got back. A lot of times you see games like if you watch the end of the North Carolina game when NC State scored and Page dribbled down and made a layup. Well, the same thing happened with our game. Maryland dribbled down and Baye was there. People don't even look. They don't even give him credit sometimes for things like that, which he does all the time. We would have lost that game if he wasn't there. His Faust would have had a layup. So those kind of plays win games for you, and sometimes they get overlooked. But he's made those plays for us consistently since he's been a freshman. And CJ has given us the opportunity to win 117, helped us win 117 games since he's been here, which is almost 30 a game, 30 a year. That's a pretty good number. And he's obviously been a part of it his first 2 years, and then his junior, his had a tremendous career, and as have both of these guys. I've seen them.
Jim, if you could wave the wand, would you want to play Duke and down in the ACC tournament?
I don't think that way. I'd probably rather not. But I don't really look at playing one team. I think that.
But tiebreaker and all that.
Yeah, I don't think about that stuff. That's not important. It's important for us to go down there and play well, as it always has been when we went to the conference tournament. It's not necessarily you have to win. A couple of years we won the tournament and didn't play well in the NCAA tournament. So to me, that wasn't a good outcome. You want to play well in Greensboro. You want to have a good tournament in terms of how you're playing, and then you want to be as ready as you can for the NCAA tournament, which is again that's what counts. Everybody knows that. There's no secrets here. That's what people are going to remember. I think this year, I'm not into really make a final summation of what we've done. This team has accomplished things that I think we were not sure of this, but I'd say we were number one in the country longer than any team in Syracuse history. Now we're number one. Is that right? Might be right. No. I think it might be. I think so. It's pretty close. Well, let's say this. I'll bet we were number 2 and 1 longer than any Syracuse team in history. For sure. I'll bet on that. I'm not sure about the other one. I remember slipping a little bit, but I don't remember being number 1 for very long. Ever. So again, they've already the 25-game streak. People, if you can finish second or third in the ACC, win 26 games in the regular season. That's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good year. Come back from 18 down against the number 14 in the country. Going over. A lot of good things this team has done already. We've got a lot of basketball left, and I think it will be good basketball.
Obviously focus on playing well and everything down in Greensboro and the focus on your opponents. How different though is it going to be? Obviously for years.
Well, it's basketball. You play on the same court. You're playing a court that are the same size, same height. Baskets are the same. We've been in this league a whole year. We played all these teams, so it's not going to be that much.
If Jeremy isn't able to play at Florida State, have you thought about who would start in his place?
Yeah, Tyler Roberson will start if he's not there. He's working in practice. We're trying to get him up to speed, but the problem is you don't, as a coach, play somebody that you don't see things out of in practice. Most people don't get to watch practice. Some people that watch it don't know what they're watching. I'm not referring to anything specifically, but if you watch practice and you watch our freshmen, you can see that they're not ready. I'm not smart enough after 4 years to realize that a guy's not ready, then I shouldn't be coaching in the first place. And it's not that a freshman couldn't play good. It's possible. They're not bad players. They could play good, but what we see, it's not like when Michael Williams was here as a freshman. We knew he was good. We knew he could be in the game and do something. And we did put him in games at Providence and St. Jesse, and we put him in games. But we had 3 guys that were clearly more advanced at that stage, and we're ahead of them. We don't have that scenario this year. We don't have a guy that's really good at practice. We're holding them out. We would have played 1 or 2 of these freshmen if they were ready. And we did see a little bit of Canada, which most people didn't see. And then, of course, we see him every day in practice. So, but Tyler Roberson has got some very good athletic ability. He's got some talent. And he could go in and he could play. It's just you
You know why you can? Not here for looks.
Same question we asked Coach. It's for both of you to answer. Challenges of Florida State present Saturday or Sunday, excuse me.
Do I talk to Mike? Well, I know from watching Florida State, a couple times on TV and the scout report so far is, they very good defensively, and they got a lot of tall, long defensive players. So, it's going to make our job a little harder, knowing that, they got big guys like that and that can really play. So, we just got to, try to take them out the game, get them in foul trouble, keep them moving, and, so we can get penetration and stuff.
CJ, your coach just talked about the season and said it's a little premature, and then he talked about the accomplishments of this season. As you are the lead dog here, the senior leader and whatnot, what do you look at when you see the season? The 25 games, the streak and whatnot. What's your take on this season? What did you think coming in, and what do you think as it's coming to the end of the regular season?
Before the season started, I expected good things from this team, but I didn't really expect us to, go 25-0. I thought we had some growing pains early, but we overcame a lot of situations where we was in position to lose, and it showed a lot of fight that we have in our team, and then this last couple weeks, a little stretch where we lost a few games. I think this is a growing pain now. I just think we win a couple consecutive games. I think we can get back on track. And I think it's been a great season so far. But we have a great beginning. We just want to end it the right way. You don't want to have this great start and not have the proper ending.
And Baye, can you address that too?
Just like C said, we going to Canada, a lot of people would expect us to have this great season. So everybody now is talking about it because we lost 4 games, but we just play the games like it's our last game. It's how we play, the mentality we came in, started the season. I think that's the way we've been playing all throughout the year. If we were talking about it earlier, if we were 12-1 and keep winning the games, nobody would talk about it because we had 1 loss. But when you lose, everybody tend to focus on that one, the game you lost. But with this team, we got a lot of hard work, and everybody just go out there and just play the hardest they can. So I think, like CJ said, we all just go out and play like the game is our last game. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and have a great start of the season. Just gonna go ahead, work out, and go play Sunday, which is gonna be one of the toughest games of the season because that place is crazy and they have a great team. And just get ready for the ACC tournament. After that, just go get ready for the tournament. CJ, you guys have gotten the best efforts from a lot of teams. And when you're number 1, you're undefeated, everyone wants to knock you off. Then you go to Virginia and their biggest home game in like 20 years. And now you're playing Florida State, and they might need to win to make the NCAA tournament. How, is that something you guys get used to, getting the best out of every other team in a season this long? How hard is that?
I talked to a few players in the ACC, and everyone just was marking playing Syracuse on that calendar. I don't know, it's just something about playing Syracuse to get everyone riled up, and us getting a lot of attention and being number 1, and we go to these different new arenas. Everyone want to say they beat Syracuse, and we've been getting everyone's best game, and I just think that brings the best out of us. We know it's going to be a tough game day in, day out.
CJ, you're coming up with your last regular season game and then the ACC tournament. Is this year any different for you because it's your senior season? Feel any different?
It's still the same feeling, opposed to last year. We made a run to the Final Four, but going to each game, you didn't want the season to end, and it's the same with this year. We got a great chance to get back to the Final Four, and anything short of that would kind of be a disappointment because how much fun we had last year getting there and not experiencing that. And that's something you want to experience again before since me, it's me and Baye last year, so, you know, we want to get a chance to compete for a national championship again.
Baye, from playing with Tyler Robertson in practice, how has he improved this season? What does he still need to work on?
You know, every player here, you know, doesn't matter if they play or not. Like coach knows exactly who we need in the, you know, during the game. So that's his choice in this year. So we know exactly what he's gonna. If we know that Jeremy and CJ or Rock and me can be in the floor, he's better for us. He would. But Tyler, you know, how to improve like everybody else. They improve every single, you know, practice. So like coach said, everybody watch practice. Some people don't even know what they're watching. So he's, you know, he's a head guy. He knows exactly who's improving almost now. So I think he's kind of have improved throughout the year. So we're just going to go ahead and see what he's going to bring us on Sunday to start.
For you both, you obviously know how to win, but you know what it's like to go back to the regular season last year and lose those games and have to come back and bounce back, like CJ said, get a couple in a row and just take it. Do you channel last season at all in getting that effort back from the team and doing what you need to do in this season?
Yeah, I think last year is a great example to look back on because, you know, many teams that will be in our position right now losing the last 4 or 5 games. You know, it kind of destroyed their season, and I don't think that's the case for us. You know, looking back last year, we didn't have a great ending to the regular season, but we got hot at the right time, and we started playing our best basketball at the right time. And, you know, we went to the Final Four. No one remembered us losing them games at the end of the year. So I think this can be the same story as well.
What about for you, Baye?
Something, you know, I think last year is a great foundation for us. We kind of lost 4 games out of the 5. Everybody was talking about it. So, and like you just said, we started playing our best basketball in the biggest tournament. So we just kind of built from there, just go and go into the Final Four. I think this year we're just going to reflect from last year, just start doing what we have to do and listen to coach and just go from there.
One more question?
CJ, after the game, Pat, you said that you'd like to play him again in the ACC tournament, or sometime again. Now that the dust has kind of settled after an emotional game, do you still feel that way? You know, after the 2 games you've had, do you like to play deep again?
I mean, it's the opportunity presents itself, yeah. But you know, that's not something I owe the team planning for. But if we do get another chance to, you know, play them again, it's definitely